Went live a little early just because I want to test some things out here. So hello everybody. Thanks for joining in. Once I find out we're all situated here, we'll be good to go. Let's hope I can find the thing. I'm not in my natural habitat here. Let's see. All right, looks like we're on here. All right, looks like we're on here. Perfect. Hello, Johnny Dean. Just looking at our overall footage here. I'm flying solo tonight. So how's everything look for you? Perfect. Hello, Johnny Dean. Looking at our We got microphones now. Sorry for the feedback. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary. Everything looks clear. The resolution looks a little funny for some reason, but if it looks clear, that's all that matters. We got a lot of drinking to get through tonight. Hopefully the audio is okay. We also have a giveaway going on, just kind of out of the blue. But I decided to do it because I got too many of them, so need to lessen the load. Thank you, Johnny Dean. How's the mic sound? Mic sounds good. Sounds good on my end, at least a lot better than what's going on. And my heater is on full blast right now, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear the heater or not. Big shadow on my face. Oh, that's from over here. Thank you, Gary. I will fix that now. Got to move the light around. It's the Weller single barrel, you know. It's just such a big bottle. So important. Just gonna move some lighting around. I don't think I've had this many bottles on the bar yet, so this is good. That should fix the issue. Hopefully. So, but yes, tonight I got to remember not to shout now because I'll blow your guys' eardrums out. But tonight we are going to be drinking the whole entire Weller Vertical. Thank you for joining in on Whiskey Bible live stream. And yeah, here we are. We're going to start with a Weller Special Reserve, just because that's the base offering. That's what pretty much everybody has who has Wellers. What's up, Jared? How are you, buddy? Shout out to everybody from my new Facebook channel. So, yes, I am lucky enough to have all these already cracked. So, Gary, you can't tell me that I don't crack my bottles. I got them all cracked. So, Johnny, does the audio sound better than what we're used to? Hopefully. It should sound a lot better. We're going to do in tiny pours. Look at this, bottle's almost killed. This will be for the after party, which is just me tonight. You know, everybody's got families and stuff and blah, 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 boring stuff. Whatever. All good. So, you know, it'd be fun is if anybody else has the Weller Vertical or part of the Weller Vertical. Yes, Johnny, the heater is blowing away over there. When we cook upstairs, the heater shuts off and it gets very cold down in the basement. So yes, my whiskey is actually kind of frosty tonight. So we were cooking a big meal today and I had to turn up the heater because it was freezing down here. I would be doing the podcast in a sweatshirt. So, but yeah, if you have the Weller Vertical or you have any Wellers at all, drink along with me, you know, chat it up. You can all be my co-hosts tonight because I have nobody with me. I hope Gary's going for his bottles right now. But yeah, Weller Special Reserve. You know, everybody kind of shits on this bottle. I don't really have anything wrong against it. You always go back to it and you're like, wow, this is actually better than I remember. And it always is. It always surprises me when I go back to it. I actually have this, but look, this is a really cool bottle of Weller Special Reserve because this is actually a store pick Weller Special Reserve, which is actually pretty rare. You don't usually see a lot of these. I got this for $50. My lucky day. And it's a New Hampshire outlet, liquor and wine. And it was bottled in 2021. So it's definitely an older bottle. I got it off the great Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. So anyway, long enough. I haven't drank yet today. I need a drink. Who doesn't need a drink on a Saturday? Let's cheers together. Thanks for being here. Cheers. Weller Special Reserve. That's a great price for Weller, Jared. I think Pennsylvania is like $30 a bottle now. First sip of the night, so it's always hard, but Weller Special Reserve I always find very approachable, very smooth. It does have that kind of wheat spice, which wheat is supposed to be smoother. I do get it sort of a wheat spice from the Weller brand. I also do get it from some Maker's Marks. Maker's Marks. Stay in school. Whatever that's called. Punctuation. Second sip, Weller Special Reserve. That was, it's the first sip is always great. It's like, I used to smoke. I don't know if anybody else smokes, but it's like that first drag of a cigarette after a big meal. I don't smoke anymore. Very bad for you. Don't suggest doing it. Cheers. All right. Weller Special Reserve is down in the books. Your normal vanillas. It's just it's a wheated whiskey. I mean, it's a good wheated whiskey. Nice budget wheat whiskey. Wheat bourbon. I don't know if you want to mix your wheat stuff. This would be a good mixer. This completely blows away like Heaven Hills Wheater brand, which is Larceny. The regular Larceny bottle, I do not like at all. I get a very big grassy note from it. I did not abuse alcohol. This was water. I don't abuse alcohol. I abuse water. Water's actually gross fish pee in water. And we drink it. That's why alcohol is better, because it kills all the germs. This is in the line of what do we drink next? Do we have Weller 12 next, or do we have Weller Antique next? And I'm going to go with Weller 12. I know it's harder to find than Weller Antique, but it's the screw tops you got to keep together, Juliana Frankie's on a sabbatical. He is away at the moment. Can't wait to have him back, but I am here solo tonight. Next week, there is a chance I will not be here. I will be in the great land of Sir Mickey Mouse. That's right. Mickey Mouse is my best friend. Sorry, Frankie. Sorry, Gary. Sorry, Tim. You're at a bar right now that has Daniel Weller. How much are you paying for an ounce? So Johnny Dean, I have not had Daniel Weller. I can't imagine it being anything crazy special. I'd pay $100. That'd be my top, just to say I tried it. That's where I'm at on that bottle. I'd pay $100 for an ounce just to say I tried it. Look at all these fingerprints on this bottle. That's the problem with being Italian. If anybody's Italian, or Polish people too, is you have really greasy skin, and my bottles just get the worst fingerprints. Like I could never steal someone's bottle of whiskey because the DNA, my thumbprints, would be all over the place. Again, stick around to the end of the video because we have a giveaway at the end. It's going to be fun. Anybody who's here will have a chance to enter. Chance to win. Weller 12. This is, if anybody follows laser codes like I do, this is a 2024 Weller 12, and it is not lasting long. I love Weller 12. It's one of my favorite bottles. Really excited this year. They're supposed to be putting Weller 12 single barrels out. It's going to be great. Anybody else drinking Wellers out there? Yeah, Weller 12, I do get a more of an oaky, like a sweet oak, caramel oak. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Definitely darker on the color. Very exciting. Maybe the bottles I'm drinking I should keep out in front of me. That way anybody tuning in knows what I'm drinking. We are working our way through the lineup. And I have a special bottle down here that I will be cracking to go with this vertical. Fun. Cheers. Johnny Dean, have you had Daniel Weller at all? See, just because I'm bougie, I wish they had a cork for the Weller 12. I don't know why they do the screw top. Can't get my words out tonight. God forbid, God help you if you ever over tighten it, because you will never get a good seal again. Never, 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 never. If you are here and watching and trying to figure out how to comment, make sure you're signed into your Google account. Otherwise, it will not let you comment. So if you want to be eligible for the giveaway, make sure you're signed in, because if you can't comment, unfortunately, you can't win. Also, you got to be subscribed. Subscribe, like, share, the bell, turn it on. Ding. It's easy. Really helps us out and helps us grow. We've actually been growing at a steady rate lately. It's good. It's good to see support. Just honest people giving honest reviews. That's why we do it live. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts, as they would say in school. Look at this. What's going on here? Really enjoying the nose. It's almost like a honey nose on the Weller 12. A honey crusted oak. Which is great. I always like to put this next to the Van Winkle Lot B. Secondary is like $150 on this now. Secondary on Lot B is like $750. Is it that much of a difference if you're going to pay secondary? I don't know. It's close. Me, I'd much rather have a bunch of bottles of Weller 12 for one bottle of Lot B. It's just a name you're paying for. It's great to have on the shelf. But is it really that special? Special reserve. Cheers, everybody. If you're drinking Weller 12 here, let's get a sip together. It's a great bottle. Smooth, complex, oaky. It's good. I like it. That's one of my favorites from the brand. We're going to get up into the highly allocated ones later in this video, in this live, but out of these lower 3 tier, I think that one's going to win. We'll see. We will see as we go. I'm not blinding these. I know what I'm drinking. I'm just giving you my personal thoughts as we go. Saturday night might as well have a little fun, right? No one ever really answered me. The audio's clear and good. I'm not grainy or static. I just want to make sure. I tested this with a video earlier, but never with a live YouTube. I would really hate to film this whole thing and have it really messed up. So if you could just give me some clarification that we're good, that would be great. I know Johnny says he can't hear the heater, but hopefully he can hear me. And I'm trying not to shout because I think it's going to be very loud. All right, Weller Antique is next, the red label. 107 proof. Some say that's the perfect proof. Some people call it Old Weller Antique. We have stepped up to corks, so that means we're getting somewhere. Tried and true, this bottle holds its secondary value very well over most bottles. You're holding steady at 100 to 120, and it doesn't really drop. It doesn't fluctuate that much. So let's pull the cork on this guy. And then right after this, we're going to go into Weller Foolproof. And to me, Weller Antique, the Weller Foolproof, I don't know if there's that much of a difference. If it's worth the extra value or not, we'll see. Let's see what's coming up. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I'll be in Disney for that. The cameras will be turned on in my house, so don't try to break in. I also have a ruthless golden retriever. Ruthless. She's a warrior. Warrior. Okay, so once I get into the higher proofs, I'm starting to get more fruity notes on the Wellers. Little grape, apple. Maybe like a Oh wow, look at this. I didn't know. My chat was not updating, so I didn't see any of this. I'm sorry. I do the podcast solo next week. Oh boy, Gary, here we go. I'll probably be doing it from Florida if I'm at the hotel and not out. Yeah, my sister turns 21 next Sunday, so that's a big day for her. Jared is drinking a Weller Foolproof store pick. So Jared, it's funny, out of all the bottles that I have, I do not have a Weller Foolproof store pick. Johnny Dean, I am drinking a South Carolina bourbon community single barrel pick of High Wire Jimmy Red bourbon. Interesting. Gary, synthetic cork it is. Synthetic cork, that is. Okay. Have not had Daniel Weller or single barrel. Juliana, can you enter? If you want to. Gary, I wish Weller 12 was just a bit higher proof. Don't we all? Higher proof is always good. Jared Krause sounds good to me. Thank you for clarifying. The audio is great. Gary, is your wife watching with you? Because if she is, don't watch on the same device. Watch on separate devices. You know, extra watch hours. It's great. These if you do any kind of podcasting or anything, any kind of videos or need microphones, this is Boya microphones. I'm not sponsored by them. They're not paying me. This is my first time using them. They're half off on Amazon right now, so they're $40. They're wireless and they have wireless charging capabilities. And if you have a gift card like me, you get them for free. I can't believe it took me this long to use them. Let's get a sip of this Weller Antique, or Old Weller Antique, as some people say. Used to be a screw top, but switched to the corks. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Cheers. Definitely moving up in octane a little bit from the lower proof guys. Really makes, I don't know what it is with Weller, but I get a spice from their wheat. And the higher the proof is, the spicier it gets. And make sure my chat's up to date here. If you had to pick one bottle on this table to have in your collection, what would it be? I'm assuming people are going to be looking at these two over here. But who knows? Yeah, maybe you've had both of these and they're not that great to you and you'd prefer a Weller Foolproof. Oh, Paul. Thanks for joining in, Paul. Paul is from the Facebook group. He's a huge, huge contributor over there. We really appreciate him. Paul, CYPB is great. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. We'll get to the giveaway probably towards the middle to end of this video. Gary, to drink CYPB. Totally agree with you. Still thinking about what we talked about earlier. You know, I got a lot of it, but you can't, It's always more. Jared, I want the CYPB. Yeah, CYPB is great, man. It's one of my favorites. Actually, Gary, funny. This bottle of CYPB is actually from Gary, and you know how I know is because the back label is really, really ripped up. It's got a big scratch along the back, and he gave this bottle to me, and he said, "I'm giving you this messed up one to make sure you can't sell it." So look, here it is. I haven't sold it. It's still here. I would not sell a CYPB just because I really love CYPB. It's one of my favorite whiskeys of all time. I have a lot of favorites of all time now. Let's see if Gary remembers this ripped label. I might be a little bit behind from you guys. Weller Antique. Grape. Grape soda. Grape soda with oak in it. Yeah, big surprise, Jared. Gary won that CYPB off of Raz. Are you surprised that he won? Paul, are you surprised that he won? Have you been following this guy? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Cheers. Weller Antique. This is not a store pick. I do have some store picks. I'm saving the good bottles, the crazy bottles. This video is kind of just thrown together because I didn't have much of a co-host. Hoping to put on a good show for you guys. Paul said he's not surprised. Yeah, I mean, come on. Weller Antique. After this, we get to the big boys. Cheers, everybody. I hope you're drinking with me. No glass should be empty on a Saturday night. Unless if you are working, don't drink at work. Gary won the Raz death taxes. Haha, funny. That's good. Cheers, everybody. So, little background on Weller. William LaRue Weller. He was the heaviest distiller at Buffalo Trace. He was a big guy. He was a big guy. You know why? You always want a heavy distiller because that means they drink a lot of their whiskey because it's good. He used to put a green thumbprint on all his barrels because people would steal the barrels. They were so good. And to clarify that they're genuine and real. He was also one of the first people to use wheat instead of rye in the mash bill. Cheaper, smoother, sweeter whiskey. Who doesn't want cheaper, sweeter, smoother whiskey? Man was a genius. Man was a genius. Do I have the BTAC Weller? Jared, I do not have the BTAC Weller. I've tried the BTAC Weller a bunch of times, but I just seem to run into George C. Stagg over William LaRue Weller, which I mean isn't a bad thing per se. But you know, wish I had one. Maybe someday down the line. You know, part of me like I don't like paying secondary prices because I enjoy the hunt. Right, if I can have a bottle on my shelf that I actually found and paid a decent price for, that's awesome. Timothy John is here. Hello, Timothy John. Welcome to the channel. Thoughts from what you tasted, Jared Krause. I can just call you Jared, right? We're getting later in the night. Things are getting fun. William LaRue Weller is my favorite of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection lineup. I've had them all, except for Sazerac 18. I have not had that one. But from Thomas Handy, George C. Stagg, Eagleware 17, William LaRue Weller, I like the most out of all those. William LaRue Weller is in front of you. What are you paying? So I walk in a store and I see William LaRue Weller sitting on the shelf, and there's no price tag. And I go up and ask the very nice store owner. Everybody knows the smell of the liquor store I'm in if William LaRue Weller is on the shelf. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I would pay after tasting it, and what I'd pay $500. If it was on the shelf for $500 plus tax, I would buy it. Much more than that, I don't think I would, personally. But that's just me. Because I could buy it for more, right? Or I could trade bottles for it, but why? I like the fun of hunting stuff. So next up is Weller Foolproof, and Terry Donovan, if you are watching. Terry had me crack this on my live where you guys were my bartender and you absolutely destroyed me. That was a fun night, not a fun morning. But I thank you. That was a fun video. Thanks for entertaining my questions. Let's apply the same question to Jack Daniels 14. So Johnny Dean, Jack Daniels 14. All I can say is pay attention to later videos. That's all I can say. I can't say much. I don't want to do any what do they call it? Spoilers. No spoilers allowed. So my sister Juliana is in the chat, and she keeps it's St. Patrick's Day weekend at West Virginia University, and West Virginia, they tend to like their beverages. They do like their beverages, which is a good thing, right? In moderation, everything is good in moderation. But Juliana, again, Frankie is on a sabbatical. He's taking a break. Furthering his education, which is good for him. Fully support him. Miss him. Hope he comes back soon. Not the same without him. Weller Foolproof is my fave. Really? Over CYPB? Timothy John? Just making an appearance on the podcast once she is... Jules, yes, she will be eventually, Johnny. Maybe in the summertime. I don't know. Here's the problem with her is any kind of liquor, even if it's vodka, there has to be some kind of chaser. So I just don't know how like a bottle of Diet Coke will look sitting on the bar as she's drinking my Pappy 15 year. I don't know. That would be an interesting video though. Give somebody who hates liquor the best whiskey I have. What a waste. Cheers, everybody. Weller Foolproof. I don't know why my words are messed up tonight, but they are. I didn't do my word exercises beforehand because I was busy rocking out to Pentagram. Listen to them. They're a great band. They have a viral video right now of the lead singer. He's like all whacked out, just like looking as they're playing The Ghoul, I think the song was called. But yeah, Lightning in a Bottle is a great new album. I Talk to Death is a great song from that album. I Spoke to Death, sorry. Look them up on Spotify, they're great. I actually emailed their manager asking when they're going to be coming around again. They got back to me. They'll be in Maryland in May. Looking forward to go seeing them. Selena said, let's go. And I know she wants me to say it, Mountaineers. Woo. Cheers, everybody. Weller Foolproof. So this takes the grape up to a whole new level. So the grape was definitely there on the Weller Antique. It's definitely here now. More oak. More like toasted marshmallow. Like if you're sitting by a campfire in July and it's 90 degrees outside and you don't care, you're still by the fire. You know, you just had a big party and the kids are playing, you know, running in your neighbor's yard, neighbors getting all pissed off. That's what this whiskey smells like. A little bit of smoke in there. I like to create visuals with my tasting and nose notes. Weller Foolproof. Is it worth the $60 more secondary from Weller Antique? Will there be one on the Facebook group tomorrow morning? We will find out right now. Cheers, everybody. Sorry for my dirty glass. If anybody wants to get me a birthday present, my birthday is in April. I would love a crystal glass that doesn't let me leave fingerprints on it. That would be great. Write that down, everybody. Again, giveaway to come. Giveaway to come. I got something great down here that I think you guys will all like. It would be fun. Some of you already have this, so I don't know what it will mean to you guys if you guys need a second, but it's fun. And I have a huge shout out for somebody who helped me acquire this. Weller Foolproof. Sorry for delaying. Here it is. I like to talk. I got to talk for like another half hour here. It's hard to talk to. I'm basically talking to the world, right? I'm not just talking to you 5 people who are here, really 4 because I'm watching on a separate phone. I'm talking to the whole world because anybody can view this video at any minute. It's fun though. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. You know, we started off with the Whiskey Bible, writing everything down. Now I can talk about everything and share my experiences with you. Cheers. '24 Weller Foolproof. Because my favorite color is blue, it's one of my favorite labels. Purple label would be cool though. Is it worth the extra money from Weller Antique is my question. I don't know. Maybe a store pick would. I've never tried a store pick. Never had a store pick Weller Foolproof. Don't own one. Never tried one. I like the nose better on the Foolproof from the Weller Antique. I will say that. Cheers. Let's finish it up. And big boys are coming next. So if you're still here, the moment you've all been waiting for is coming up. The white bottle and the orange bottle. White bottle first. Just I'm going secondary value-wise. Cheers. Weller Foolproof. Johnny, huge shout out to you for always being here and supporting us. It means a lot. Spilling water all over myself. There goes the heater firing up. I don't think you guys will be able to hear it on here, to be honest. We'll see. Let me compose myself. Timothy, how to water the beard? Yes, I do. It's got to grow out and be voluminous. You should hear him yelling at me at work, trying to tell me to shave it. Guess what? That's discrimination. CYPB was definitely worth the chase for me. Had a little help getting that bottle. Well, that was a very, very kind and generous person who helped you, Tim. They're a really nice person. Selena, so I can be on your live next week? No, because my live is on Saturday and you are not 21 until Sunday. And I do not do lives at midnight. Johnny, for sure, bud. I do miss Frank, though. Yeah, we all miss Frank. I miss Frank. It's definitely not the same. I was actually with him today. We did a co-hosting episode on the Killer Media podcast. I hope I said that right. Those boys were on here a couple weeks ago. And I was with him, and I had to say goodbye to him before this video, which was hard. I wish he could come over and hang out with me, but he had a lot of homework to do, so understandable. You know, it'll all be worth it in the end. Everybody has to make sacrifices, and I'm very happy for him, very supportive of him. He's my best friend. So here it is, Weller CYPB, craft your perfect bourbon, or as Gary would say, as his daughter was being born, craft your perfect baby. Wow. Very fancy, right? Look at this beautiful gold letters and white. I love it. You know, it just feels like a bottle you should have at a wedding. You know, like if I was a millionaire and I was having a big wedding, one of these on every table. Tell me that's not a wedding bottle. Gold and white. Beautiful. Frank is cool. Met him at one of the bottle shares. It was a memorable one. Yes. That was a fun bottle share. That was at, I believe, Sherry's house. So, here's the thing. I got to turn around real quick. Let me see if I can grab it. I should know right where it is. Here it is. I'm not drinking this, but I had to add it to the picture. Because I was the first person to say this, and nobody believed me on it until I got Gary on board. This right here is poor man's CYPB. 100%. This is 95 proof Weller. This is 94 proof Weller. This is aged, wait a minute, I gotta find it. Oh, it's gonna take a little bit. Warehouse and age. Did he not have it on here? Okay, they don't have it on here. Oh, no, here it is. 8 years. Sorry, I just had to read the whole label because it was all the way at the bottom. Freaking Buffalo Trace. 8 years, 7 years. 95 proof, 94 proof. Both of them are Wellers. This one is just not from the top of the warehouse, from what I understand. It could be. I don't know. But definitely, Buffalo Trace kosher wheat. Definitely one to grab. I'd go to that wedding. Thanks, Paul. Paul, you'd go to my wedding? That's very nice. Weller CYPB door gifts for everybody. Instead of everybody going home with a $10 bottle of Chivia white wine, you go home with a bottle of CYPB. That's how you make a lot of friends real quick. But here it is, Weller CYPB, craft your perfect bourbon. Beautiful bottle. This bottle is actually going away. So if you want it, get it now because it is not going to exist anymore. They are doing another survey, and everybody's going to craft their perfect bourbon again. So this time you might get a CYPB Colonel E.H. Taylor or a CYPB Blanton's. Nobody knows. Oh, Gary's back. Yeah, Gary, you missed, I don't know what you missed, but you definitely missed Weller Full Proof. Weller CYPB is up now. Yeah, we're having fun. Here we go. This is where things get fun. I'll start with 12. Oh my God, Gary, you're just starting to drink now. It's 8:36. Let's go, buddy. CYPB, here we go. Rich, dark, vanilla blueberry pancakes. Like I just sat down in IHOP and I just ordered the extra blueberry pancakes. Wow, the blueberry is so strong on this. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever got a blueberry note from CYPB before, but here it is. Maple. I'm thinking of pancakes. Can you tell I'm hungry? I got a roast beef hoagie waiting for me upstairs after this video. I do not eat before the videos because that would mess up my palate and I would not be able to give you a full, truthful video because everything would taste like onions. Rick House. If you ever been in a Rick House, it smells like a Rick House. Cream. Like fresh cream out of Dunkin' Donuts. Weller CYPB. Cheers. I haven't had CYPB in a while. Yeah. Yeah. You know, a lot of people online you'll see will shit on this bottle. And they'll say, oh, that's not worth secondary, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you 8 out of 10 people who say that have never even had it and don't own it. And they're just jealous of people who have it. That's Facebook for you. But I love this bottle. This is absolutely, always has been and always will be, unless they make a lot of new releases. But my favorite from the Weller lineup. Always love CYPB. Can never have enough of them. Would love 2 more of them. Maybe one day. Maybe one day when I can have people commit to being here. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Paul, absolutely. Paul, have you had CYPB before? $200 for this bottle is absolutely. Honestly, if I went in a store and they had it for $250 a bottle, I'd probably pick it up just because to have it. Uh-oh. I'm hitting buttons here. Stay in school. I think you're right on that. I see most hate on single barrel, though. The single barrel deserves some of that hate, to be honest, Jared, and we'll get there. We're almost there now. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why there's hate around single barrel that not a lot of people talk about that I'm going to talk about tonight to give you some information. I have it many times over. So, Paul, you have a lot of bottles of CYPB? Confirm before I do what I'm about to do. Paul, do you have backups of CYPB? Not a lot. Just say you have backups. You know, I'll do it. I'll go. I got very lucky one day. Look at this. I'm on the move. I got very, very lucky one day, and I walked to the liquor store, and I said, do you have any Weller? And they said, we do. Do you want any? I said, I'll take the case. So, yes, here is a whole case of Weller CYPB. Not the boast, but that's just a fun story. You know, to walk in a store and just have them say, like, oh, we have Weller, and then pull this out, and you're like, can I have it all? Yes, sir. Here it is. Definitely good to have backups of this bottle. It's great. You know, when you have favorite bottles, you might as well back it up. Timothy John says, wow. Yeah, it's fun. Never had one case at once, though. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's a great bottle. You know, you can never go wrong with it. You know, there's something about special whiskeys like CYPB, right? CYPB or George T. Stagg or Van Winkles or anything. You know, you have a bad day in the office and you come home, and yeah, you have your family to come home to, but you go down your basement and you're like, I just want to forget about the day, and you just grab a really nice bottle of whiskey and you're like, you know what? I deserve this because I had a hell of a day and I'm going to have some really good whiskey. So cheers, everybody who's joining in now. Giveaway coming soon. Really soon. Time is flying by. I'm having fun with you guys. Ugh. I don't want to lose the rest of this whiskey. Who's here for the after party? No one. I'm going to have an after party by myself. I'm going to shoot myself in pool because the pool table's cleaned off, by the way. Pool table's always cleaned off when Gary's not here. Look at that. Everything's racked up already, ready to go. I guess I'm going to shoot myself in pool. That's fine. Johnny, cheers, buddy. Still sticking around. Look at that. Die hard fan. All right. Well, let's finish off the CYPB and then on to our final bottle of the night. Cheers. Tim is doing his annual thing, and I know this is hopefully helping him get through it as he's living through me. I don't know if he's working right now, but hopefully he's down a cellar at least smelling his whiskeys. Smell them, Tim. Cheers, buddy. Let's finish the CYPB off. Maybe one day in the Facebook group, if I get some extras of these and I have enough, we'll throw one up. See what happens. Cheers. Weller CYPB. Craft your perfect bourbon. You know, I have a golden retriever, and I swear the hair just leaks through the ceiling. Leaks through the ceiling. Thank you, Stella. No, I have not, Johnny Dean. I have not had one whiskey from a South Carolina distillery that I know of. We do, however, we have, you know, lately we've actually had, I don't want to give away this bottle. I almost put it up on the table. We have had a lot of fans. Thank you to everybody. Fan mail. There's a lot of whiskey here that we have to go through that I haven't gone through yet. A lot of these were made in, look at that, Coy Hill, 141.4 proof. A lot of these were videos made way back when. Some of these are old. But fan mail is always accepted. Shoot an email to whiskeybiblelf@gmail.com, or if you have my personal cell or Facebook Messenger, shoot us a message. We always try to return the favor. Cheers. Why am I I just cheersed you with water. It's definitely getting to that point of the night. Lots of fun. What is water, everybody? Say it with me. Water is fish pee. That's right. So if your wife or girlfriend, whoever always complains that you're not drinking enough water, just say, I don't like drinking fish pee. That's all you got to say. That'll shut her up real quick, I promise. Here it is, Weller Orange, single barrel. Boom. This is, I think this is the 2023 batch. Now, batches for a Weller single barrel actually mean something. Yeah, 2023 batch. They definitely review every year single barrel. One thing I wish they had on here is there's nothing telling me anything about this barrel, right? A super premium line that's a single barrel. I wish I at least had barrel info on the side here. You know, what warehouse it came from, yada, yada, stuff like that. Right? Like, you can't even email Buffalo Trace and ask them info. You have no idea where this came from. I would love info from where this came from. And brings me to the point of why Weller Single Barrel is so shit upon by groups and people alike. And that is for one simple reason. Because why would you pay $500 for a Weller Single Barrel at 97 proof when you can pay, and I'm talking secondary prices, when you can pay $150 for a Weller Antique Store pick, single barrel at 107 proof? They're both single barrels. This one's not a store pick, but I'm just saying for reference. They're both single barrels. One's 107 proof and costs $150. One's 97 proof and costs $500. Same with Weller Foolproof, right? You have Weller Foolproof store pick, single barrels. Single barrels. That's the big key word. 97 proof, 114 proof. 180, 500. That's why it gets shit upon. Nobody wants to talk about it, but that's exactly why. All the Weller single barrels I've had a few of them. They've not been that great, but that's just because I've had, I'd prefer a store pick antique over this for a quarter of the price. Everybody, giveaway is coming soon for those who joined in. Thanks for being here. Make sure you stick around. You have to be subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll get a notification on here. Subscribe, like, share, and turn on notifications to be entered into this giveaway. You can leave the chat for a minute. That's fine. You can leave and then subscribe and then come back. You also have to be signed into your Google account so you can comment. Wow, Gary guessed it. Gary did guess that Tim gave up fun for Lent. You know what I gave up for Lent? Asparagus. Because I really like asparagus. So I had to give it up for Lent. Because I like it so much, I had to give it up. I like it more than pizza. Anyway, Weller Single Barrel, here it is. Not too, you know what? You never see these bottles crack. You never see people drinking these bottles. You only see them on Facebook. Weller Single Barrel, here it is. 2023 batch. I know nothing about the barrel. Nothing at all. Other than that, this is 97 proof, so it's proof down single barrel. Right, especially now because with the Buffalo Trace Distillery releasing so much stuff, you can actually go in there and get a Weller Antique Distillery selected single barrel, which is this, just at 107 proof, and MSRP is $60. I don't know. I think that was a big botch by Buffalo Trace personally, but people hunt it. All right, let's get a nose on it. Werther's Original Butterscotch. It is a good whiskey, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near Worth Secondary. Werther's Original Butterscotch. Saltwater taffy that you get down to Jersey Shore. I don't know where everybody's from. I know we have a subscriber from Michigan who's usually here, but Jersey Shore saltwater taffy. Specifically the vanilla saltwater taffy. Tim, do you know what I'm talking about when I say saltwater taffy? Gary, do you know? Johnny, I don't know if you know. I know you used to live up in this area. You moved down to Virginia or South Carolina or somewhere. Saltwater taffy. What a great, unique note, you know? And you'd only know what I'm talking about if you were from this area. Gary, cheers. You know, I got offered 2 Weller single barrel in a trade for a George T. Stagg. And I said no. And the reason why I said no was because it's George T. Stagg. You know, secondary value, obviously I would have made a really good deal, but flavor value would have been that great. I don't know. Yeah, saltwater taffy. You know, it comes in that wax paper roll, and no matter how hard you try, you always get wax paper stuck in the taffy. Wonder who that was from. You turned it down. I don't know. I don't like to give out names personally, but he was an all right guy. Then it kind of went a little south. He's laughing like this right now. If you know that laugh, you'll know who I'm talking about. Whiskey Bible, here we are. Thanks everybody for being here. Weller single barrel. Cheers. Also a buyback for it, huh? Tim, what's up with that arrow? Ha 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 ha. He's a wizard at rest. Stop distracting me. I'm trying to drink Weller single barrel here. I got to do this giveaway and I got to do this special bottle. Birthday. Cheers. There's something I have to say after I give a review of this whiskey. CYPB is way better. Weller Foolproof is better. Weller Antique is better. Weller 12 is better. Weller Special Reserve is almost even with this whiskey. This specific barrel, and at least the other 3 that I've had, have all tasted the same way. And it's unbelievable to me that this has such a high secondary value. It blows my mind. It absolutely shocks me because in order what I would have tonight from best to worst, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Weller Special Reserve has beat out the Weller Single Barrel. Secondary on this bottle, $50. Secondary on this bottle, $500. Let me tell you, do not pay secondary for this bottle. It is absolutely not worth it. It's not great. It's not great at all. People just pay to complete the vertical. Yeah, I can see that. If you're trying to get the vertical, that's one thing. But if you're paying to drink whiskey and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be the best whiskey I've ever had, do not buy this. Do not. Do not think that this is going to be the best whiskey. I mean, it might be the best whiskey to some people, or you might get a really, really good barrel. This might be a really, really good barrel of Weller, single barrel. I don't know. There's a special story behind that bottle, though. But everyone I've had, and I've tried them in Kentucky, in Bardstown at Evergreen Liquors in Kentucky. I actually sat there and had a pour Weller single barrel after doing tastings all day. And even with that atmosphere, I still thought it was terrible. Weller single barrel. We might as well finish this up. And it's about time to get to the giveaway. So if dog water, yeah. Well, I don't know if it's as bad as dog water, but look at all these bottles on the table. It's ridiculous. But it's definitely my least favorite from the lineup. I don't know. And I have all the other ones. So, like, I have permission to shit on this bottle, right? I just don't have the store pick foolproof. But, like, I have everything else. So, I have permission to shit on this. Birthday 2023. Gary, you're drinking that right now? Birthday bourbon 2023. You know what? Johnny Dean. You know, Johnny's funny. In my video with the whiskey, with the Killer Media reviews, he suggested that I open Old Forester birthday bourbon. And I had people here who have never had bourbon in their life drinking my Old Forester birthday bourbon. They didn't like it, but they drank it. That was funny. No recycle symbol for GTS you turned down. Whatever you said. Let's finish the single barrel and let's get a special pour of a honorable mention that I got below. And then we'll do a giveaway. This will be fun. This will be fun. Cheers, everybody. Weller single barrel. Look at that. See, that's a good sign. When you know you're drinking water, trash. That's good. Look at that. It was a little 3D action. Make sure you're drinking water with your whiskey. So yeah, there we go. We just drank the whole Weller vertical. The normal ones. I'm not talking about Daniel Weller, William LaRue Weller, or any of those crazy ones, Millennium. I'm talking about the straight Weller vertical. We just did it in under an hour. Under an hour. That's crazy. But here we are. Is Weller different from Pappy Van Winkle? Let's have a little old Rip Van Winkle 10-year, 107 proof, just to sum up the video. Nothing wrong with a little Van Winkle on a Saturday night. Paul says, I learned the hard way with sharing the food stuff. I have rules for top shelf stuff now. I think he probably said he meant to say the good stuff, but he said the food stuff. Oh, no, yeah, okay, I see it now. Good stuff. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely limitations, right? If I have somebody here who can appreciate whiskey, I'll start pouring Pappy, because I don't care. If you're here to hang out with me, you deserve the good stuff. I'll join with some Rip Dog. Yeah, old Rip 10-year. This is the 2024 release. Gary, I think probably... Gary, I think probably has the 2022 release. Maybe. 2023. I'm curious if it's more often than not that non-whiskey drinkers trying Top Shelf do or do not enjoy it. You know, Johnny, I think that it's more that they don't enjoy it because it's so much flavor and so much intensity that they're not ready for it. Minus 23. Gary, you are joining me in some old Rip Van Winkle. You know why? Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Pour the good stuff, right? Let's do it. I always like this little guy. He's funny. Asleep for many years in the woods. 10 summers old. So I was at a Pappy Van Winkle dinner where we tried the entire Pappy lineup, the entire one. And I was helping run the event, and I got to pour Pappy Van Winkle 20-year. I had one of those little bartender spouts on the top, and I got to pour it in 50 different glasses like this. Until the whole bottle was gone. So we had this back room and we poured every single bottle of Pappy into glasses for everybody and set them all out on tables. And then we shut the doors and we ate dinner and we had fun. And when we went back to hand them out to everybody, we opened the doors. That was the best smell I've ever experienced in my entire life. Picture 50 glasses of Old Rip 10, Lot B, 15-year, 13-year rye, 15-year bourbon, 20-year bourbon, and 23-year bourbon all in the same room. 51, 52, 53, 50. 350 glasses of Pappy Van Winkle sitting in an enclosed room. How glorious was that? The best part was there was a little left in the bottle. All the people who worked that evening got to do shots of Pappy Van Winkle. Jared, you have an old rip? Good for you, buddy. It's a great bottle. I give non-drinkers Travelers now. Travelers is down there somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't like Travelers at all. I thought if the proof was low enough, they might actually enjoy the robust flavors. Tim, wow, probably smelled like a Rick House. Oh, it smelled like a Rick House. It smelled like a great Rick House. Cheers, everybody. Old Rip Van Winkle. 107 proof, 10 years old. Gary, you ready to drink with me, buddy? Cheers. Hopefully Gary will be on in 2 weeks. He won't be here next week. And everybody here, we're getting ready to do the giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed and logged in to your Google account so you can comment. Cheers. Mm-hmm. While you guys are drinking, I need to apparently get a pen because my pen disappeared. I'm walking away. I'm here, I promise. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. I just had to write a number down on a piece of paper. Also, in news, that right there is Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. It's a barrel I selected with Fred Minnick and Tony Carver. And Gary actually got to select the barrel with me. What an awesome event that was. That was like the event of events. It was awesome. But yeah, so I definitely have a few cases of that. It's great whiskey. I just needed a piece of paper to write a number down on. Gary, how's your old rip? People are leaving. We're about to do the giveaway. Why are people leaving? Hello? Maybe they're logging into their Google accounts. But yeah, okay, it's about giveaway time. We're at the hour mark. I don't want to go over too far. Look at all these bottles on the bar. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Whoa, okay, Gary's drinking. I like this way over Lot B. Want to join in on a Lot B after this? Sure, why not if we're here? So the Lot B that I have open, me and Frank actually, we splitted the cost of that bottle. At the time we bought it was 2022. We actually paid $250 for it. Whoa. So hopefully Frank's okay with me having a little bit. I don't usually drink it without him, but as a request for the channel, hopefully he knows. I'll only pour a little bit. So the 10 people who are watching, make sure you're signed into your Google account because the giveaway is about to happen. Here we go. And a huge shout out to the guy who created these for me. So what we're going to do is whoever can comment, and I have written down here, I just counted earlier today, whoever can comment the closest to the amount of bottles of whiskey I have in my collection will win this. It's an official Whiskey Bible Glencairn created by Rob. Thank you so much, Rob. But this is an official glass. This is what we drink out of. This is what we drink out of. There's no way to get these glasses unless if you come to our bottle shares or if you win our giveaways. So go ahead and in the comments, comment a number that you think is close to the amount of bottles of whiskey in my collection. And let me tell you, it's not just this. Anybody who's been over here knows there's cases over here, there's cases over there, there's cases upstairs. Guess a number. Guess a number. And Johnny Dean, I will say, I'm counting open bottles, not just closed bottles. All right. All right. We have some numbers. All right. This is interesting. Okay. This is good. This is good. Whoa. All right, Johnny Dean, I need a final answer from you, buddy, here. Everybody's shouting numbers out here. All right. So it looks like final answers. All right. We got somebody who's pretty damn close. We got somebody who's pretty damn close, honestly. They are 13 away from the total score. That is crazy. I don't think anybody's going to beat that. I think 13 is the number. Stay in school. Oh my God. This is crazy, these numbers coming in here. So let me just add something, all right? So everybody's locking in their numbers. This is absolutely nuts. This is nuts. Gary, 462. Jared, 577. Johnny Dean, 450. And make sure you guys are subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, your scores will not count. There will be a second place. There will be a second place. I got to think of how I'm going to reward second place, but there will be a second place. Jesus, so many people typing in different numbers. All right. We do have some viewers signing back on, so I just want to make sure they're not. Okay, final. Timothy's final. Everybody write final and write their number. Final and number. That will be their final score. Final and then the number you're guessing. One of you got it exactly correct, by the way. I shall say, one of you got it exactly correct, and that is insane that you were able to get it exactly correct. That is bananas to me. It's wild that somebody would get it exactly correct. That's nuts. So, as you saw, before I even dropped this question, I turned around and I wrote a number over there. And that's how many bottles combined I have opened and closed in my collection. Some may say this is a problem. Some may say this is great. I'm going to show you the number now. Hopefully you can see it on camera. I'm going to pull my camera over with me. Look at this. This is my second phone. This is my work phone that I'm watching this on. But here you go. Let's see if I can get the number up here and show you clear. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. One of you got it exactly correct. 577. Jared Krause hit it right on the nose. Congratulations, buddy. Message me. I know you have my number. You have my Facebook stuff, everything. You hit that number right on the nose. That is insane. That is unbelievable that you got that right. So look at that. You may have some trouble winning the Razzes, okay? But you just got that right on the nose of 577. Let me know so I can get this shipped out to you so you can be an official Whiskey Bible-tarian. And when you're watching our videos, you can drink out of a Whiskey Bible Glencairn. Thank you so much, Rob, for creating these for me. It was great. They're great products. So now second place. Again, congratulations to Gary. I mean, Jared. Sorry, Jared. I got to ask Gary a question. Gary has had enough congratulations in the past couple of days. Gary, how should I reward a second place prize? How should somebody win? So what the second place prize is going to be, is it going to be 2 ounces of any bottle that's on this table. Any bottle that's on this table, you can get 2 ounces of. I'm assuming they're going to go for this, right? But how do I choose a second place winner? Weller single barrel, Weller CYPB, Weller foolproof of any well. No, the old rip is included. It's on the table. I said it. This is Jared's. We'll put this aside. How do I decipher second place, Gary? And Gary, you can't be second place if you decide how we choose second place. I can hear my voice upstairs, which means one of my family members is watching me upstairs, which I greatly appreciate you. Mark, thank you. Gary's thinking in his head, how do I decipher second place? Let's finish this old rip so I can get to lot B. Gary, this is crazy. Lot B is coming out next. Give them the choice. They pick. Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, they're going to pick. So let me be clear. They're going to get to pick what's on the table. But Gary, it's up to you how I decipher second place. You got to think of it. How is somebody, like, all these people are watching, they're waiting on you, Gary, to comment. Gary, you don't count. You can't get second place. You've had enough luck. How is second place going to be decided here? Everybody is waiting on you. Maybe guess my favorite bottle of all time that's behind me. But then again, it's so hard because I don't think anybody would get it right. Ask a question about an old video. Okay. I am watching the viewer count. I got it. I am watching the viewer count. So I will know if you leave and if you cheat. I'm going to ask you a few questions. What was, first person to answer it correctly, by the way. Everyone's like this on their thumbs. What was the first distillery to appear on Whiskey Bible? What was the first distillery, bottles that we reviewed on Whiskey Bible? First person to comment it correctly wins 2 ounces, 2 of whatever's on the table. If nobody gets it right, we'll go to the next question. Don't leave. I'm watching you. I am watching you guys. I have the power. Johnny Dean, no. Timothy John, no. You guys are both wrong. Right, I guess that leaves it open to whoever hasn't commented yet, right? Now they're like, well, I know it's not those two. Maybe I won't say anything. Waiting for other people to answer. Cherries, Luke. Cherries. Oh, yeah. Cherries absolutely on this. That's what you are nosing. Oh, yeah. Cherries. The cherries, like the jar of cherries that like you make old fashioned with, those whatever they're called, cherries. That's what this is. Old Rip Van Winkle. Maraschino cherries, whatever it's called. Yes, that's it. All right, well, no one's going to comment for second place. I'll give you another 30 seconds. Jared said Michter's. Michter's is also not correct. Jack Daniels is not correct, although you're very close with Jack Daniels. Right, let me finish this Old Rip Van Winkle. Lot B is next. Gary wants me to drink Lot B. Sorry, Frank, I'm drinking our bottle for the YouTube. For the YouTube. All right, well, 30 seconds is up, so anybody who wanted to enter is now over. Unfortunately, one of you did get it correct, and please don't hate me, Johnny Dean. But it was Woodford, and it was Woodford double oaked. However, you already guessed Heaven Hill, so I couldn't count it. I have to be fair to everybody. That's why I didn't mention anything when you said Woodford. But Woodford was correct. It was Woodford double oaked versus Woodford regular, and that was the first time we ever had Woodford. Another question. Now I'm stringing you guys along. Questions are going to get harder now. Me and Frank, and again, I'm watching the view count, so don't leave. Me and Frank did a video where we reviewed Rock Hill Farms bourbon. What was the title of that video? If you get close, I'll give it to you. What was the title of that video? Lot B going in the glass, by the way. I'm not going to put, wow, that's a lot of Lot B. I got to put this down here, though. I can't put this up on the table because I can't have you guys choosing Lot B. Wild Horses? No, it was not Wild Horses. Johnny said Rock Hill Farms. No, it was not Rock Hill Farms. Lot B. Jared, you just got he just got his first Rock Hill Farms today. Beautiful, Jared. Congratulations. Excuse me. Sorry, you can probably hear me burping like hell through this microphone. So, Jared, because you got your first Rock Hill Farms, I'll pull him over just because. Why not? I don't know if you'll be able to see him or not. I'm waiting for other comments to come through. But did you know, I don't know how good you'll be able to see it on video, but Rock Hill Farms, if you have 3 bottles and you put them together, they actually make a whole mural. It's pretty interesting. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Maybe screenshot and zoom in, but it makes a whole field of horses running. Oh, Gary, you never knew that either? Yeah, so it's a whole picture painting, and it's also the same with Caribou Crossing also makes a whole mural. So you got to collect all 3. You got to get 3 open bottles. Of course, mine is very depleted. Yeah, it's fun. Now, see, now everybody's going to chase the Rock Hill Farms because it looks cool. Definitely look up a picture of it, or I can send a picture of it to you guys individually because it looks really cool. I don't know how well you can see it on the chat. The corks suck on it. All right, well, see, again with the one guess thing. Johnny Dean, what's this? This Lot B kind of sucks compared to Old Rip Dog. But yeah, Johnny Dean, he got it right again, but it was after he guessed his first guess. He said Horse Trace. That was the name of the video. But unfortunately, I can't count it. I got to be fair to everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Johnny. I know it sucks. But, you know, I'm sorry. I got to be fair. All right, next question. And this will be the last hard question, then I'll do an easy question because I am hungry. I got to go eat my dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet. There was a video in the past. It was at Frank's house where I didn't tell him what the bottle was. There was a brown bag over the bottle. And I said, this bottle is old. That was the only hint I gave him, was this bottle was old. What was that bottle? It was a mystery bottle. We did crack it live in that video. That was my only hint, was this bottle was old. First person to get it right wins anything on the table. Ooh, Johnny Dean, did I mess up? Actual title on YouTube is Rock Hill Farms. The thumbnail said horse race. Uh-oh. I might have messed up. I might end up owing 4 ounces of whiskey to somebody. Jared, no, it's not Heaven Hill 17 year. What is this? Lot B. Oh, Jeff's here. Welcome back, Jeff. Good to have you. No, it was not birthday. Unfortunately, it was not birthday. I have a mini bottle of Heaven Hill 17 year. Jim Beam Ghost? No, it was not Jim Beam Ghost. I'm waiting for one more person to comment. Johnny, you got to comment on this one. Think about it. It's old. What was that video about? Johnny Dean has officially got it correct. It was Old Fitzgerald. It was Old Fitzgerald 10 year. Thank you, Johnny Dean, for getting that right, because I really felt bad about the whole Rock Hill Farms thing. I thought the episode was named Horse Trace. That was back when Frank was doing all the editing. What do I know? So, Johnny Dean, what would you like 2 ounces of off this table? Oh, look, Rock Hill Farms is on the table now. You could kill my bottle of Rock Hill Farms. So 4 ounces in order. Just let me know what you want, and we'll talk in PM. We'll talk in PM. You know, let the whiskey world know what you would like. Lot B, you know, it's not bad. Lot B is not bad. I'm drinking 2022 Lot B, though, which means this was distilled in 2010. Check the recipes. Recipes. What's he talking about? Recipes. Johnny, I'll get with you. Oh, check the receipts. I'll get with you. Johnny, the whole YouTube channel is waiting for you to choose what your 2 ounces is going to be. You've got more bourbon behind you than my house is worth. Yeah, and there's a picture of this wall mirrored over there. There's just a whole setup over there. Johnny, this is you're on the spot, buddy. You got to choose on this table what you can see. What are you choosing? Oh, okay, I'll go Old Rip. Ah, yes. Old Rip, 2 ounces of Old Rip coming your way. Make sure to send me your information just so I have it. You know who I am. Good choice. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good pick. Hey, okay, we'll discuss it later. But Jared, I'm going to send you a sample of CYPB just for being here and you wanting to try it so bad. So, Jared, thank you for being here. Pop, surprise, you're getting a sample of CYPB. So, along with your other sample, which I don't even remember what it was, but you got to message me. Oh no, you got the glass. You got the Glencairn, the Whiskey Bible Glencairn, which is over here. You're also going to be getting a sample of CYPB with your Glencairn, and that will be shipped to you. So yeah, so you know this will be the first Pappy line pour for me. Johnny, you've never had Pappy before? Oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy in itself. Where'd that piece of paper go? I got to write stuff down or I will forget. You guys can comment amongst yourselves. J.K. Glenn and CYPB. Johnny, I can't believe that this will be your first ever Pappy lineup pour. That's crazy. You know, while we're here, just so everybody knows that I'm not messing with anybody. Okay, I'm just getting some supplies. I wasn't quite ready for this, but it's kind of like spur of the moment thing, you know? Here's my pen. Oop, I forgot something. Sold a lot B for $7.50. That may have been a smart decision. Lot B is definitely an interesting pour. I definitely do not think it's worth $750 USD. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit, putting this stuff back, and then Johnny, I'm going to pour your Old Rip Van Winkle live on camera. Once I figure out what I'm doing here. So, yes. 2-ounce sample bottle, not the mini bottles that a lot of people get. From winning on my Facebook group, everybody is getting sample bottles with their wins. Old Rip 2024. Yes, I am, Gary. I am going to get a haircut before Disney. I have been rebelling. I'm in my rebellious stage. Got it from PA Lottery, even being South Carolina resident. Uh-oh. See, and there we are. Look, I entered this year. I didn't win nothing. Nothing. I didn't win this year. So, yes, this is the 2024 Old Rip Van Winkle. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. So here it is getting poured live on camera. Old Rip, 2 ounces. Let's do it. Look at this mini funnel. I have bigger funnels upstairs, but, you know. Oop, look at that. We can fit a little more. Shipping can be dangerous with a completely full sample bottle. We'll fill it to there. There it is. This will be sent to you Monday. Oh, no, probably Tuesday. I'll probably send this out Tuesday so I can get to my printer and print a label for this. Let's try it off. Old Rip. Label going on the bottle. There you go, buddy. Thank you for being a loyal watcher. You definitely deserve that. And that's that. Thanks, Dad. I need to pick up my 24 Old Rip I won off of Raz. Gary, stop bragging. Wonderful. Actually, I won an Old Rip off of Raz. Although some people say they won, but I technically won. By Facebook rules, I won. Raz King, yeah, get out of here. I got so many bottles for you. But wow, we are definitely way over on time. This got carried away and out of hand. This is our longest video yet. We're almost going on an hour and a half here. We're at least an hour and a half. But it was fun. Thank you for joining in. Everybody who's here. It means a lot. I'm glad I could do some giveaways. Jared, I got some stuff coming for you. Johnny, stuff for you. Oh, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully the microphone worked out good. I think it did. And that's that. 9:30, time to have an after party by myself. So thank you, Gary. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, John. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Jeff. I'm sure I missed some people. Tim, if I said Tim, I don't know. But thank you guys all for joining in. You guys mean a lot. Thomas, cheers, everyone. There he is. Glad you're here. Kind of tuning in towards the end. That's okay. We will post this video tomorrow. Hopefully you can watch. We did some giveaways in this video. We drank some great whiskey. Look at this bar. It's completely full of allocated, delicious wheated whiskey, wheated bourbon from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers all. Thanks, Luke. Johnny, no, thank you. Johnny is one of our biggest followers of this channel. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, PA/NJ RazCorp, PA/NJ RAZZCORP, PA/NJ RazCorp. Make sure you join in, even if you're from Michigan. It's fun. Try to win some stuff. It's great. So thanks for being here. I'm now going to walk over and end this video with Lot B still in my glass. Cheers. Gary wins all the Razzies. Yeah, there's that. But it's still fun. Thank you, everybody. Here we go. Taking this off. And good night.